Ciao a tutti, this is Marcello from Vito, Italy. Today I want to talk about something which is deeply rooted in our hearts, in our souls, in our minds as Italians, and it's our passion for car racing. You probably know that Formula One is the national sport besides football, and that some of the most famous sports cars manufacturers are based in Italy, and precisely in Modena, here, close to Bologna. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, De Tomaso, Pagani, Dallara, and many others. And there's a whole industry around them, and that's why we call the Modena area the Motor Valley. But how was it born? How did we become so passionate about car racing? This is probably due to the tales of our fathers who saw a car race across Italy which has become iconic. And that's the Mille Miglia, the 1,000 miles race across Italy. That's why I need this map. Okay? So the 1,000 miles race, La Mille Miglia, was born from the idea of three crazy managers of the Automobile Club of Brescia. Brescia is here, that's my hometown. They were Maggi, Mazzotti, Castagneto, and the journalist Canestrini, who wanted to invent a unique race. A race that could give an electric shock to the world of fast wheels. The four met in December 1926 in Milan. One of them brought a large map, just like this, and they carefully examined it, and at the end of it, here's the idea. A very fast gallop from Brescia to Rome and back, without any stop, as fast as you can. When the race was designed, then they needed a name, so they invented this unmistakable name, Mille Miglia, 1,000 miles, precisely because the race would cover a distance of 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers. So the idea was immediately welcomed by the world of sports racing, and incredibly just 3 months later, on March 26, 1927, the first Mille Miglia in history started. The route was grueling. The first section, Brescia, Parma, Bologna, entirely in the flat Po Valley, was relatively easy, but things got much worse from Bologna to Florence. Drivers should race across the Apennines, climbing two mountain passes, the Raticona Pass and the Futa Pass, more than 900 meters high. Then all the way south to Rome, across the Raticofani Pass, still 900 meters, along terrible roads. After leaving Rome, drivers would take the winding roads of central Italy that led to Ancona on the Adriatic Sea. From Ancona to Bologna, a great sprint on flat ground. But in Veneto, the drivers would find, dulcis in fundo, the very hard and extremely challenging mountain roads from Feltre to Bassano del Grappa. The final piece, Vicenza, Verona, Brescia, was not particularly difficult on paper, but under what physical conditions at the end of such a grueling test would the drivers die? You can only imagine. Can you imagine the condition of the roads in the 1920s? More than 1/3 of the route was clay with stones, dust, mud when it rained. The roads would be open to running circulation, so you could find everything on the road. Cars that march in the opposite direction, a flock of sheep, children suddenly crossing the roads, trucks and buses to be overtaken, not to mention the 67 level crossings, many of them are unattended. So drivers would need remarkable driving ability, very quick reflexes, and extreme physical resistance, and of course, a perfect car. So the race, due to the enormous organizational difficulties, was meant to have only one edition. But instead, the success of participation and audience was such that after number 1 they organized number 2 and number 3. The race grew hugely popular. People were flocking to the roads to see cars passing by. Everybody had his own favorite driver. And fascism also looked favorably at mechanical speed in the sky, at land, at sea. And Mussolini's personal consent for the continuation of the Mille Miglia was decisive. So the first edition, when someone even said that no car would come back to Brescia, was won by Minoi and Morandi at the average speed of 77 kilometers per hour. Okay, that's 21 continuous hours of driving. And the second and third editions were won by Campari and Ramponi on an Alfa Romeo, and in 1929 the average was already 89.7 kilometers per hour. But it was from the 1930s, with the fourth edition of the race, that the legend of the Mille Miglia was born, and with it the legend of Tazio Nuvolari, Mantovano Volante, the flying Mantuan. And we'll talk about Tazio Nuvolari in one of our next videos. In the meantime, stay safe and take care, and bye-bye. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.